Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? It's me, Paddy, from across the shuck, and you are very welcome to the channel. And I have got another Rosecraft, and this is look, it's happening every time. It really is. And I'm going to compare it to Jack Wolves. They bring out something every month. Rosecraft are doing something very similar, sometimes more than one, but they are bringing out an exquisite knife at a really, really fantastic price. And I'm going to say that probably every time, but I don't have other words to describe it. If you've had one, you'll know. They're just superior to anything that's coming out in this price range. Absolutely. I'm completely positive on that now. This is just, look, the Barlow blew me away, and it still does. It still would be my favourite because Barlow's my favourite pattern. But this, as a little pocket knife, has given me exactly the same joy again. This is super, super. And if you've had a Rosecraft before, this is the same size as this little beauty. We all know this one. This is a little Coke bottle shape. Beautiful clip point. One of my favourite little Rosecraft, one of my most used as a little knife that I throw in my pocket all the time. And it's not as small as it looks. This is just a bit bigger than a GEC boy's knife. It looks small, it's thinner, but it is super little pen knife. And when you're using a Ricasso with a large hand, I can get 4 fingers on it. So, and it's got an 2.5 inch cut, just over 2.5 inch cutting. That's all I ever need. I don't need a blade any bigger than that for my EDC tasks. I just don't. So this is a super carry, especially in a country where the fear factor always counts. The colour completely disarms people. It's just a super knife. This has taken it again a step further because this pattern you don't see a whole lot of. And look at that. It's like the teardrop pattern. It is just beautiful, or bullet end, I hear it called. There's lots. So what is this? Well, let's bring you up and I'll show you. This is the Rosecraft. I have to get my glasses on right. I'm going to look at the side here. Tennessee Lake Teardrop. They're going to have to get simpler names for thick patties. Box away. I've said it now. Look at this up close. Come on. Just look at that. Now, this is not as blue as is coming across my camera. This is more like an ocean blue, like a Mediterranean Ocean sort of turquoisey colour. But it is. I'm bringing it up close because I want to show you the bone, because this is important to me. This is really important. Dyed bone can be either good, average, or terrible. A lot of it in this recent weather is getting terrible because they're not doing it properly. This is what I call properly. Now, this is my properly. If it's properly for them, that's fine. If that's the look you're going for. But I love bone that's been dyed, but truly dyed. All round, all the edges, none of this big white gapping where it's just been dipped in and not really dyed at all. I love this full dye. This is exactly what Rosecraft does. Look at the bone they use. Look at that figuration in there. It's nearly like movement. It is so well done, so even, and every one of their bone has been like that. And I just really appreciate that. The lovely rosebud shield, which I just love. It is so smooth. The hafting process is stupendous. The fit and finish, again, look at this little knife. There's not a gap in it whatsoever. No stepping, just a beautiful blade. The blade right up the centre. I mean, this is workmanship to the highest standard. And for £60, this knife is 59 or 60. Sorry, in dollars it's $59.99, so $60. It'll probably be £60. It hasn't been released here yet, but it should be out any day now at Heinne Haynes. Go over and check them out. Keep checking up because you don't want to miss that. Just like that Barlow, you don't want to miss this. This is a beautiful little teardrop, or like bullet nose, whatever you want to call it. It's just a penknife, and it's flipping gorgeous, beautifully satin finished. I know this annoys a lot of people. It doesn't really annoy me at all. I never wipe it when I have it out and I'm just using it, but Beautiful satin finish, lovely long pull. Again, a glorious swedge on both sides. And look how centered that is. Everything about this. You got the stamped Rosecraft, which I love. And I'm hoping they'll get a stamped one of Andy's logo there. I just hope they do that eventually because it looks so much nicer when it's stamped. Love it. It's a slim little knife. What length is it? The length closed is, let me just get, the length closed is literally 3.5 inches, or maybe just a tad bit over 3.5 inches closed. Beautiful. And I say the cutting edge on this is, where are we? The cutting edge is 2.5 inches. Perfect. An absolutely super knife. Just honestly, if you want to put a little light knife in your pocket to pull out to do all your EDC tasks, this is the baby here. Again, in D2, so you're getting a fantastic steel. But to me, the star of the show, that Rosecraft is really going beyond, dare I say it, some of the more... I'm trying to be very careful here, but the more popular brands that are out there that have been going for years, this bone dyeing is just, whoever is doing it needs a pay rise. I mean, it just is stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. And it makes Rosecraft for me. I could nearly, if you just showed me a bit of bone on a knife, show me the all-round, so this gap here, and showed me that there, I could nearly pick a Rosecraft out, because I don't think there's anybody in the production world that's doing it as good as Rosecraft. I mean, every single bit of the bone that I've got of theirs takes different colours, but it's not drastically different. But you get that beautiful, look at that. That is, I'm going over the top, aren't I? But I'm sorry. It's what makes it for me. I just love the look of it. The feel of this pattern is lovely. It's just so comfortable in my hand. I can't tell you how comfortable. My 15, I love my number 15 GEC. It's every bit as comfortable as that in my hand. It is beautifully done. The fit and finish is, it's every bit as good. Now, all right, the material, well, actually, the materials aren't any worse. Do you know what I mean? A 15 pattern is all done with stainless steel, liners and spring, and you get in D2. This is just, I can't explain it. If you're just getting in the slip joints, buy these. Buy these. If you want a gateway into slip joints and you want a model that you're going to be basing all your next purchases against, this is the model. Not this particular one, but all the knives that are coming from Rosecraft are this sort of standard, and they're a great way to find out a pattern you like before you move on to the more expensive ones. This is it. I mean, Rosecraft have got it down to a T. Again, the Barlow, that last Barlow blew me away. I'm still blown away with it. I've carried it for so many days. This is going into my pocket today, and I had to do the review. Although it's not up on Heinne yet, it'll only be a couple of days, hopefully. Keep checking, because I think the Barlow's sold out now, or it's very close to it, whatever. But this is going to go like this hotcakes. This is a unisex colour, a unisex pattern. So, yeah, what? Oh. Just, I'm in awe of it. I think it is super. How does it come? Well, we know Rosecraft blades have a tendency to be a knife that's sharp. How strange is that? It's just perfect. Perfect. It's a knife that cuts. You don't have to do anything to it. I'll always give it a little strop just to take any last little burrs that's there, but there doesn't seem to be many burrs there. A wee strop on this will be absolutely beautiful. So, again, I'm very, very sorry, but this is just blooming excellent. Go out as soon as it's available now in America, or if you can't wait in here in the UK, you can buy from Rosecraft, but it'll be in Heinne very, very soon. This is another buy, as Slippy would say, Slip Joint Sawyer. Buy. Just buy it. Just buy it. And then, if you don't like it, get back to me and tell me you don't like it. because of anything that fit and finish issues or the colour or whatever, you're choosing that. But for fit and finish, for just everything about this, there's even a lovely little swell in the centre there. Tiny little things that you don't really notice till you get it in hand and you feel along there and you can feel the little swell they have on the bone that just really, honestly, large hand, there it is. And a 2.5 inch cutting edge, just beautiful. I'm finished. I can't swoon anymore. Sorry, Andy, another great one. Thank you so much for giving it to me to review on my channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the gift of the knife. And, you know, I don't know what you say. Just go buy the blooming thing. It's gorgeous. Bye now.